What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another video. This is a bit of a different video because I've been looking online and I've been looking at like builds on most damage, etc, etc, and the most I've seen right now is probably 1200 max, and I'm just here to show you my build and how I hit over 1228.7 damage, which I haven't seen anyone else have, and I'm sure I can get better, but this is my current build. We've also clearly got 60% sword damage, which I'll get into. So, first things first, let's go over my main sort of damage sources here. So, the Race, Reaper, and also make sure you're using dual wielder for sword. This is mostly a sword build, but, you know, dual wielder is the best sword in the game at the moment. So, the Race, Reaper, you know, I'm not going to go into how you get it. I'm sure there's videos all over online how to get it. It gives you 105% damage. Dual outfit, which I'm actually not 100% sure if it's the best, but it also gives 150% damage. So, you know, if there's any better, then let me know in the comments. Trait, Emperor, Primordial Rune, of course. All these are like, you know, what you're going to know, basically. And the clan, Devil, because I know that Frostbane is also good, and I think it might be better for damage because it can build up, but I personally just like the 30% chance plus 1 drop, so, and it also gives sword damage and 42% damage. And I use the Doombringer Bloodline, which also gives another 35% damage, and the sword damage multiplier. This is all for sword, by the way, so don't at me in the comments. Those are my main ones, so we've pretty much gone through all that. Next we'll go for Relic. So you want to get the Crystal Damage Relic, which gives plus 40% damage. You can get this from doing the Crystal Defense. The Aura, any of the legendary auras, we all know this, and the same with Cosmetic, any of the legendary cosmetics. Of course, here, skill tray, you're going to want it maxed out, basically. Next one would also be the title. I have pretty much every title in the game except for the Sundancer one. And I know you're wondering, well, how the hell do I have the Sun God? I actually got it as a drop from the boss, don't even ask how. The best title, 107.5% damage. Another thing, which is pretty important, is power. I have Subjugator. I know there's probably better, but I could also get another 3% damage if I really wanted to get to the 40%, but I'm genuinely not too bothered because the crit damage is pretty nice as well. Spec passive, dual wielder. Rampage is the best one. You also get 29.7% damage, which, again, pretty much the top. Crit chance and 7% crit damage. Amazing. And this is probably going to take the longest to explain, but this is for artifacts. So, artifacts. These are my artifacts. These are the newest ones in the game. So, start off with the helmet. You're looking for, of course, damage, crit chance, and crit damage, which I have pretty high. These ones don't really matter. You just want to aim for damage, crit chance, and crit damage, which I have insanely high on the crit damage and crit chance. And damage, to be fair. Now for the gauntlets, you're going to want to look for damage gauntlet. I'm pretty sure all of them are damage, but just in case they aren't, make sure you get for them. Crit damage is also insanely high, and crit chance is also insanely high, so you want to try and get all three if you can. Now for the chest plate, crit chance. This is the most important. You have to have crit chance, or you just will not be doing the most amount of damage. Damage, I could easily get way higher. Honestly, I could get higher, but I'm not too bothered. Same with crit damage, I could get slightly higher, but there's really no point. And the Sacred Dominion boots, I'm not sure if they all do damage. They all do damage, so you damage. And then you crit chance, crit damage. Crit chances are good, but the crit damage is not that good, so I want to get a better one, really. And obviously the set effects, you get a 20% damage for 2 of them, and you get crit damage and crit chance for the 4 pieces. So that's my artifacts. Of course, you're going to want to get max Haki, max Observation, max Conquerors, and obviously max level rune, which you get max level rune by collecting duplicate runes. You also want to go to, in the first sea, which we're not going to do, but fully max out your damage on Boss Rush, Crystal Defense, and Infinite Tower, get all of them done for. You're also going to want to join the best guild, or one that has the most damage at least. So upgrades, you want to see basically max damage and max crit damage, which doesn't give much, to be fair, only gets 15% and 5%, but all damage counts when it comes to this. So yeah, you want to get pretty much the best guild you can. I mean, if you want to join my guild, comment down below your username and I'll add you to the guild. But other than that, that's another thing that you definitely want to get. Another thing that you definitely want to try and aim for, which is the last bit for my build, which I think most people are lacking in, is the index. Mind you, yes, I do not have the best index, but technically I have the max amount of buffs you can get, 201 out of 229. So, as you can see, these are my buffs. 25% damage, which is the big one, and crit damage, which is also another 25%, which is massive, and crit chance. So, that shows you how to get all this damage. Obviously, if you look, when I don't have the weapon equipped, only 1,174%, but of course you want it equipped. Crit chance, try and get to 100%, and crit damage, try and get over 300%. Obviously, as you can see, I focus on damage, but you could also try and get more crit damage. And for probably the moment you've all been waiting for, how much damage do I actually do with my F move? And to that question, I tell you, let's find out. Here we go. As you can see, I do 1.4 trillion damage with dual wielder F, which can one-shot literally pretty much everything. The only exception is obviously the raid boss can't be one-shot because, I mean, it has 2 phases, so you know you can't really one-shot it. But I would be able to if it could just be 1 phase. And another exception, which I found slightly weird, but I think it's because they have some sort of resilient buff or something, is Yoriichi, which is the world boss, which can be spawned every 20 minutes, right here. And I can't one-shot him. I'm pretty sure I can get half his health with 1F, which is still insane. So, you know, that's basically my build. I also have 600% luck. Oh, mind you, I do have the game passes here, so I have ×2 luck and ×2 drops, but you know, you're looking for at minimum 1200% to be pretty much at the end game. But that's basically it. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Also comment down below if you've seen any more damage, or if any of you got more damage. I'd love to see, and I would try and beat it, but at the moment this is the most amount I've seen. I think other than me, the most amount I've seen at the moment is just 1,200, like on the dot pretty much. But I haven't seen anyone get this extra 30%, which, yeah. So if you enjoyed, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.